This is the second devlog for my project. In the last devlog, I was done with the block out of the levels. Last time I said I was going to work on a small area and complete it, but instead I went ahead and wasted a day on modeling the enemy placeholder that will probably not be used. I decided to build the warehouse first, but I underestimated the time that would take. I started with modeling and sculpting one wall and one pillar, as that was enough for building the warehouse. I would just need to create more variations later and replace them. I added a lot of wear and damage to the assets to show that this warehouse has been abandoned for a long time. So when I'm working, I like to create a separate test project first. This way I can import all the Megascan textures and assets that I'm intending to use in this test project. This way I don't have to clutter my main project with all these files that I might not use. Usually I texture my modular meshes in Substance Painter and make a few variations of the texture to avoid tiling, but this time I decided to use vertex painting instead. This way I can paint the materials in Unreal itself while avoiding repetitive textures. The only problem with this method is that you won't be able to use baked normal map data on your assets. To get around this problem, I made a few changes to the master material. I added the option to overlay baked normal maps on the existing materials of the blend material. To do this, I simply added a blend angle corrected normals node in the layer material function for the blend material. With this node, I'm able to overlay my baked normal maps on top of the blend materials. I realized it was not possible to complete the entire warehouse first, so instead I decided to work on the passage. As this environment is modular, it did not take that long for the passage area. I had to model two doorways, one wall, one floor, one pillar, two roof tiles, and yeah, that's it. It took me 2 days to model and unwrap all these assets. Setting up the passage in Unreal was very quick as well, as I already had the assets laid out correctly in my Max file. I only needed to copy the positions from Max to Unreal. For the entire passage, the only model I textured was the shutter. For the other models, I'll be using vertex painting to add materials in Unreal itself. All the modular assets in the environment use the same blend master material from Megascans, the one which I have edited to include baked normal maps as well. So all these materials are instances of the same master material. I'm using a blend of two concrete materials for the passage wall. The base layer of the blend material has a dusty old concrete material, and the middle layer has a worn out concrete material. I have painted the wall with the second worn out concrete material to show water damage in areas where water could have been collected, like there is a chance for the floor to have been flooded, which caused the bottom part of the wall to have water damage. I've also painted the edges around the shutter with the same material, as water could have been collected along the edges of the shutter. For the floor, I have used a similar concrete material. The second material for the floor is a moss material, which I will paint foliage over later. I have also enabled the puddle layer for the floor material. Next, I'll be adding foliage to the passage. I'll also be adding dirt and water damage details to make the scene more believable. So this is the progress I've made on the environment. That's it for now. See you soon.